So now I have my cheese, egg, salt, and pepper, 1 egg to a pound, and then I'm gonna add my bread. Now this is the family secret, so I'm letting you in. Don't go telling everybody. So we use white bread instead of breadcrumbs because it makes your meatballs extremely moist. Now normally I would do 4 slices to a pound, but since this bread is small, I'm gonna do 6. And here's the trick. So you take your bread and you actually soak it in water like this before you put it in, and that's where your moistness comes from. So let it soak in there not real good, but you see what I'm doing, about 10-15 seconds. Then you add it right to your mix and all of that liquid. And you can use milk too if you want, but water's always on hand and easy. And you have to think, when my ancestors came up with this recipe, it was during the Depression. I'm sure things got changed. Milk wasn't as readable, so we use water, but I'm sure many use milk, and we have the resources to get milk now. So that's fine. Okay, so now your garlic powder. Don't be shy. See, I would say 2 to 3 tablespoons if I were measuring. But I'll show you a trick at the end that will show you if you put enough ingredients in or not. And then, of course, onion powder, or that it would be, your chopped onion and your chopped garlic. 2, don't be shy because these need flavoring. Ground beef is a blank slate. So now you have all your ingredients together and you just mix. So you get it all together. And once you start doing this too, you'll start getting the feel. Like right now it feels nice and liquidy, which means I'm gonna have a nice, moist meatball. Now if it feels dry or if it's hard to combine, that means you need to add a little water. But right now mine feel perfect. But now if they were very hard and I felt like there was no moisture, I would go ahead and just take this and drop some in, so I felt like it was easy and squishy in my hands. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. I can already tell. So I'm gonna keep mixing here just for a minute. I know it's kind of probably boring to watch, but you don't want to overwork your meatballs either, because if you overwork them, they're gonna become tough. And nobody likes to eat a tough meatball. Okay, so I got it pretty well mixed here, and then this is what I always do. If you have a good smell for things, if you already cook, I lift it up always and smell. If it doesn't smell like anything, you need to add more garlic powder, more cheese, or more onion powder. Or if you were using the other ingredients, more of those, because it should have a nice, fragrant, well-seasoned smell. Okay, so I got them pretty well mixed, and they should feel light and fluffy and moist. And then you just take them in your hand like so, and you roll. The thing about rolling those, you don't want to just rush through it, because if you do, they'll break. And you don't want that, because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll bake them first, shortly in the oven for about 350. You can also fry them. That's the old school way, but it splashes all over and whatever, but they do come good and you get the crust. But you also do with baking, so you put, see, a nice fine roll, there's no cracks on your baking sheet. 350 for about 30 minutes, then throw them into your pot of sauce. And next time I'll show you how to make sauce, my grandma's sauce. So thank you for tuning in. We love you here at Lost and Found and look forward to our next week's update.